Receiving simulator transmission. Uploading transmitted feed. Initializing playback sequence. Alright Seipher, we're ready.
Hey everyone, Seipher here, and welcome to the final episode of SeipherPlays Naruto Ninja Council. In the last episode, Kakashi took on the challenge of the Village Mountains night mission, easily dispatching the Sand Siblings without a fuss. This time, we're finishing up the Village Mountain night mission by tackling it with the #1 hyperactive knucklehead ninja himself, Naruto Uzumaki. So, let's not waste any more time. We've been through this song and dance plenty of times at this point. Time to finish things up. Now, I don't expect Naruto to have as easy a time as Kakashi did because, well, frankly, he's not Kakashi, but I imagine he'll be able to pull this off rather easily, or at least more easily than Sasuke did, although that's not saying much. Let's take out this Chunin, whatever he is, and to jump there, well, have the Earth Scroll, even though I didn't really want it, but oh well, nothing we can do about it now. Over this way. Get down here. Get our free one-up. I did actually have a pretty good run with Naruto. I'm just so used to it now. Used to this game now that I was able to get here with the maximum number of lives possible. So we'll be able to have just an easy time, I think. We're just gonna go ahead and use our 4th level jutsu to heal up and then get right into the boss fight as soon as our chakra recharges. Okay. I'm gonna win this time. I'm serious here. Yeah, we've heard that before. Let's just go straight in with a 9-tailed fox chakra and a max power one at that. And now she's using her wind scythe jutsu, so luckily we've got enough chakra to get another hit off. And thankfully we also have the kunai, so we can just jump over. Unfortunately not able to dodge. And that's not going to do anything, but better than wasting the chakra, I think. Let's just keep peppering her with kunai from afar. That way we can just charge up our 9-tailed fox chakra and finish her off. I'm kind of glad that this went off without a hitch, because having as many lives as we can for what's coming up is definitely going to be helpful. Okay. If I play my cards right, Naruto might have the highest score of them all. Or at least, or at the very least the second highest. Okay, let's just take out these Chunin. Might as well grab the Senbon while we've got them. Let's use our Shadow Clone Jutsu just to take this guy out. Or, at the very least, wound him. Hopefully the sexy jutsu. Okay, yeah, thankfully it worked on that Jonin. Okay, and thankfully I didn't get hit by something that would have taken me down. Okay, Shadow Clone Jutsu. And that's not good. Okay. Little bit of damage, but that's fine. We have stuff to easily deal with that. Fortunately, we're gonna have to give up the wind style scroll for the fire style one, just so that we can get to the end. And jump over that, get the kunai. Alright. Now just recover our chakra. And time for our second to last battle. You haven't seen the true horrors of this world? Yeah, I've heard that before from you. And I'm not gonna go with my 4th level jutsu since it can miss when you're at this side of the arena. I'm not facing the right way, so let's just get you to focus on that side. Use our jutsu so you'll be stuck on the side that'll get hit. And we'll use our kunai just to keep you at arm's length. Now to just charge. And this should hopefully finish you off. Okay, not quite, but we were able to easily take you out. I'm impressed. You're quite a character. It's my turn now. Gaara, what are you? Okay, yeah, we've been through this. Alright, let's get started. Okay, so... And Gaara is opening up with his signature sand coffin. Suppose I should have expected that. And I did not intend to get captured like that, but oh well. And that was just embarrassing. Well, that was honestly to be expected, I think. At least he's letting me charge my chakra. So let's hit him with the nine-tailed fox chakra. At least I hope it'll hit, because I remember from... Yeah, he's got his armor of sand, which didn't really come up all that much with Kakashi and Sasuke's attempts, but apparently it can easily deal with Naruto's nine-tailed fox chakra. It's still a good jutsu for healing off the damage, but it won't get as much damage on him in return because he'll just heal through it. So... Fortunately, we're gonna have to rely on other jutsu. Huh. I remember the Shadow Clone Jutsu doing pretty well as a kid to hit him, but I guess... Unless it's just too far away. Okay, so you have to be pretty close with it to hit him with the Shadow Clone Jutsu. Which kind of goes against the whole hitting him from afar strategy that the other two had, but we'll have to make do. Probably going to be a bit of a longer battle, since he keeps on just tanking my nine-tailed fox chakra, which is really annoying. Yeah, that's super annoying. Okay, please tell me that this is not far away, that he'll... Okay. So, we can be a little close, or a little far, but not too far. Okay, come on. Please do not let him... Of course he just armors through it. I think in order to hit him with the Nine-Tailed Fox chakra, we have to get him toward the center of the arena, but the only way to do that is to hit him. Yeah, it's just way too much of an effort to get him to move from his starting position. So the only way that we're going to be able to do this is the long, drawn-out way. And I know I'm not facing the right way, but he was just going to tank through the Nine-Tailed Fox chakra anyway, so might as well use it for the free heal. Okay, let's see if this Uzumaki Barrage can do a bit more. That's good. Okay, now we gotta run. And maybe, if we're lucky, this'll hit him. Nope. I thought because he was in his dome that he would drop it just in time to get hit by that, but I guess I was wishful thinking. And this should at least heal us up. Do kind of hate that he's just too far away from the center of the screen to start out. Okay, this should do some good damage. And that was too much chakra. Okay. No big deal. We can just easily dodge these hands. Assuming he doesn't change up his tactics. Taking way too long. And of course that interrupted our charging. Okay. I'll cut to when I'm closer to actually winning this. Okay, so that happened. Apparently his armor can block the Naruto Uzumaki Barrage, which I never knew about, so learn something new every day, I suppose. Okay, so even if he gets through his... like, if you start during his little sand dome attack, you won't be able to hit him with Naruto's 4th level jutsu. Okay, well, that's good to know, I suppose. I do kind of wish that Naruto's 4th jutsu was able to just hit through that sand armor of his. I mean, it's a jutsu you actually have to unlock. Granted, it does heal him, but it does seem a little weird that it doesn't do anything to Gaara, when in the actual show and manga, using the chakra of the Nine Tails was how Naruto was able to best him. Fortunately, well, at least it healed me. And I think actually it healed me more than if I had done the attack, which is good to know, I suppose. But now to focus on trying to beat him. Okay, one more jutsu ought to do it. And Shadow Clone should hopefully finish him off. Okay. Much quicker than Sasuke, but not nearly as fast as Kakashi. Okay, that's enough. Let's head back. I'll get you next time, Naruto Uzumaki. Alright, well, I'm not gonna bother with the Harem Jutsu use on the third Hokage, even though I could. Well done. You can't do this, me. I seriously thought I was gonna die. Ninja must always be alert and quick to adapt. Isn't that right, Kakashi? Lord Hokage is absolutely right, Naruto. Well, I guess you pass. Yet, I still do not agree with this ending, but whatever. In any case, we have completed Naruto Ninja Council for the final time. There's nothing left to do. So, time for my thoughts on the project. I gotta say, coming back, I still really enjoy this game. While simple and not completely accurate to the source material, it was a blast to control Naruto, Kakashi, and even Sasuke. Using their various jutsu to traverse the levels, collect the leaf symbols, and fight other characters from the show did scratch an itch I had, since as a kid I would always debate how fights between certain characters in this series would go. It was also quite refreshing going through a non-RPG for a change, just having the raw fun of these are just having the raw fun of this and the controls and this is in any case, I can't say that everything was positive though. The game is very short and has been as evidenced by my video lengths, especially after collecting all 100 leaf symbols. The point of having a set amount of lives where losing them only affects the score is a weak aspect, especially seeing as the score doesn't really do anything. There's no high score board in the main menu. There's no unlockables for getting a certain score, and there's really not much that you can do to get your score back up if you do end up dying midway through. There also isn't much of a story to the game, and from level 5 on, the scenario doesn't quite fit between the village being on fire and it still being a test, and instead of helping put out the fires, Neji and Shino are trying to defeat you, and then the test shifts off to finding the intruders from the village in the sand in the Ninja Academy, and then just complete nonsense in the final level that doesn't really fit the Hidden Leaf survival challenge aspect of the story. And the gameplay elements like Sasuke's chakra regen and the elemental scrolls are clearly designed from a gameplay focus first, source material second, which can hinder a fan's enjoyment. I didn't personally have much of an issue with it, but I can see where Naruto purists could get a bit annoyed with how it doesn't quite play to the rules of the source material. In terms of changes that I'd make, if I had the ability to do so, there isn't much. Mainly my change would focus on Sasuke. I would make his chakra regen be the same as Naruto's. He already suffers from his jutsu not being as strong as Naruto's or Kakashi's, and he takes up more chakra to charge to the desired jutsu. So having the extra hindrance of slow chakra regen just exacerbates his issues. Second, while it would require additional assets, I would add a special technique for Sasuke in the battle with Orochimaru in the normal mode, where if you land the multiple shuriken jutsu on him, you transition to a cutscene attack where Sasuke would use the Dragon Flame jutsu against a bound Orochimaru, similar to how Kakashi has his cutscene attack with Zabuza when using the summoning jutsu to automatically follow up with a lightning blade. While it is his first jutsu, Orochimaru does dodge projectiles very easily, and which makes it hard to land, and this would be not only very satisfying to actually land and pull off, but it would also tie into the source material and give Sasuke a bit of a unique, well, not uniqueness, but it would make the characters a bit more on par, since Naruto has not one but two instant wins via his jutsu if you pull them off. And then Kakashi has the cutscene attack, which, while it isn't an instant win, it might as well be from how much damage it does. So, might as well let Sasuke have it, even if he is technically the hard mode character. I'd also adjust the dialogue a tad bit so that the survival challenge aspect of the story ends when reaching the village hidden in the leaves, and changing suddenly with the emergence of the fire and the sort of invasion that is going on with the final three stages of the game. Finally, I'd remove the night missions reducing damage that the player deals. Putting it together with the player taking more damage from enemies and stage hazards pushes towards artificial difficulty. I mean, I get why it was done, since Ninja Council is a very short game, and there's not very many ways to make the game harder, but both aspects together seem like a bit of overkill. In any case, I want to thank you all for joining me for this playthrough. As for the next series I intend to do, I'm not entirely sure when recording will begin at the time of recording this. I ended up getting sick again just before recording episode 23, and at the time of recording this, I am still dealing with a bit of a cough from it. I've been able to suppress it for the most part, but I can definitely feel it in the back of my throat. In any case, with that said, I'll try and have the next series come out sooner rather than later, so we don't have a large gap like we have had in my last few projects. In terms of hints of what the next game will be, I'll just say two things as hints. It is a far longer game than Ninja Council, potentially the longest series on this channel to date, and as a really major hint that should pretty much give it away for anyone who knows the game, this game's concept is out there. More so even than my third Let's Play for the series, Yu-Gi-Oh! The Duelists of the Roses. In fact, it is so out there that I would wager that if it was pitched today, it would not have been made. In any case, with all of that said, I'm going to end things here. As I said, I want to thank you all for watching. Until next time, stay gold.
Playback sequence terminated. Transmission disconnected.